This is Catholic Daily Reflections for the Feast of St. Thomas the Apostle. Today's reflection is entitled, My Lord and My God. Thomas, called Didymus, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples said to him, We have seen the Lord. But Thomas said to them, Unless I see the mark of the nails in his hands, and put my finger into the nail marks, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe. It's easy to be critical of St. Thomas for his lack of belief reflected in his statement above. But before you allow yourself to think poorly of him, think about how you would have responded. This is a difficult exercise to do since we know clearly the end of the story. We know Jesus did rise from the dead and that Thomas ultimately came to believe, crying out, My Lord and my God. But try to put yourself in his situation. First, Thomas probably doubted in part out of extreme sadness and despair. He had hoped that Jesus was the Messiah. He had dedicated the last 3 years of his life to following him, and now Jesus was dead, so he thought. This is an important point because very often in life when we encounter some difficulty, disappointment, or painful situation, our faith is tested. We are tempted to allow despair to draw us into doubt, and when this happens, we make decisions based more upon our hurt than upon our faith. Second, Thomas was also called to deny the physical reality that he witnessed with his own eyes and believe something that was completely impossible from an earthly perspective. People simply do not rise from the dead. This simply doesn't happen, at least from an earthly perspective alone. And even though Thomas had seen Jesus perform such miracles before, it took much faith to believe without seeing with his own eyes. So despair and an apparent impossibility went to the heart of Thomas's faith and extinguished it. Reflect today upon 2 lessons we can take from this passage. 1. Do you ever allow despair, disappointment, or hurt to be the guide of your decisions or beliefs in life? They are never a good guide. 2. Do not doubt the power of God to be able to do anything and everything he chooses. In this case, God chose to rise from the dead, and so he did. In our own lives, God can do anything he wills. We must believe that and know that what he reveals to us in faith will come to be if we but trust in his provident care. Let us pray. Lord, I do believe. Help my unbelief. When I am tempted to give in to despair or to doubt your almighty power over all things in life, help me to turn to you and to trust in you with all my heart. May I cry out with St. Thomas, my Lord and my God. And may I do so even when I see only with the faith you put into my soul. Jesus, I trust in you.